All right, I think we've started recording. Welcome back. This is the second of two review encounters. Our goal is basically to close up all the gaps and get all your questions answered before we move into chapter 16 and 17, which is the end of the present course. We just sat and went over a couple of questions you had. But with that, if you're not ready, or if you are ready, we'll go ahead and start the PowerPoint presentation. We have a few things that we need to look at today. We're good?
Hmm?
All right. So here we go. This is, I say up to chapter 17. We've really only done up to chapter 15, but basically that's the idea. Gonna move ahead. Okay, so at this point, you can do a few things. First of all, you can identify the root of strong verbs by removing their suffix, preformatives, and subformatives, right? You can do that pretty easily. When you see vayishlach, you're like, shalach, okay, sent. Like you can get to the root. As far as I know, you are able to produce the called perfect subformatives and predict the forms for a strong root. So if you get shachach, you should be able to say shachachti, shachachta, shachach, shachach, shachacha, that kind of thing, where you can add the suffixes. Are there any problems with the suffixes at this point? I mean, looking at the different, like you've got, if the pen work, you've got the T here and ta, t, nothing on the he form, and the a, nu, tem, ten, and u. That should be pretty well drilled, I think. To a lesser extent, you should have some kind of control over the preformatives for the imperfect. Yeah?
Yep.
If you think about like the eshkach, tishkach, tishkechi, and such. All right. Mm-hmm. And you should be able to recognize but not produce. I don't expect you to be able to produce the personal endings. So if you've got the word sefer, then you've got the endings sifri, sifrecha, sifrech, sifro, sifra. Okay, the endings for the singular, and for the plural, sfarim, sfarai, sfarecha, sfaraich, sfarab, sfarea, the endings there. Basic, okay? Not the idea isn't that you should have perfect control over them so that you can sit down and say, ani rotze liftoach et sifrechem lifnei hashiur. Like, I don't expect you to be able to say your books just off the top of your head. But just when you see it, you should basically be able to recognize it. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. So for the given roots, provide the call, I can't see what this is, forms. All right. So these are the suffixes for the called perfect. Okay. These are the preformatives and the few that have also subformatives for the imperfect. We're going to pull up a root, and I want you to run it through all of the perfect and the imperfect. Ooh. So the perfect would be, in this case, for shafach. Shafach means pour, to pour out, P-O-U-R. Okay, pour. Shafach, you would say shafachti, shafachta. Okay, we're going to run this way, this way, this way, all the way down the list. You know what I mean? So shafachti, I poured. Shafachta, you poured. Shafacht, shafach, shafcha, shafachnu, shafachtem, shafachten, v'shafchu. Okay, so the next one is halach. Halach. Ward, do you want to grab halach and run it? We'll go through the imperfect in just a minute because this one's a little bit tricky.
Halakti, halakta, halakt, halak, no, halakt, halakta, halak.
Well, what's the she? What is the she?
Halakt, halak, no, it's halha.
Alcha. Mm-hmm.
Alha.
Okay, so alcha is she went. Yeah.
Halachnu, halachtem, halachten, halnu.
Yes.
Alhu.
Alhu. If we look at the future with this verb, For some reason, this verb it behaves a little funny, and the hey drops off. Instead of the hey, we're going to just say elech. Elech, I will go. You recognize lech as an imperative. You recognize that as an imperative. Lech, go. And lechu for plural, go. You recognize that? Yeah. Okay. So when you remove the prefix, you've got the imperative lech. So how we're gonna form this? What do you think we're gonna do for the 2ms? 2ms. If one cs is elech, what is the 2ms?
Telach.
Telech.
Telech.
Just like elech, telech. Okay, the 2fs, what would you think? It's like telech.
Telechti.
Telchi.
Telchi.
Okay, telchi.
Telhi.
Technically, this is with meteg. It is this is open syllable. Telechi, but we would say because it's easier telchi. Okay, telchi. What do we got for yod for 3ms?
Yelech.
Yelech. Yelech. You will go. Oops. Yelech. You will go. Feminine is the same as the masculine. The 3fs is the same as 2ms. It's the same. Telech. The 1cs. What would you get?
Nilech.
What's that?
Nilech.
Nelech. 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 Okay, Nelech. The 2MP. You're on mute.
The excavator just drove past. So I couldn't hear it. I didn't figure you didn't want to hear the excavator.
That's okay. So the 2MP for this Nelech. What's the 2MP?
Telechu.
Telchu. Like telchi. This is telchu. Telchu. The 2FP. What would that be?
Telachna.
You would think so. It's telachna.
Telachna.
Okay. I totally agree with you. It should be telechna, but for whatever reason, it's telachna. Telachna. And then the third person, masculine plural.
What, Yelhu?
Yelchu. Exactly. You're doing great. Yelchu, they will go, and then we have this, which matches exactly the one above it, and it is
Telachnu. Telachnu.
telachna.
Telachna.
Yeah. Okay. Next. I didn't do the future here. The future for shafach is like eshpoch. Eshpoch. So this is eshpoch. So eshpoch. Eshpoch. It's hard to write. Eshpoch. So it's tishpoch, tishbechi, yishpoch, tishpoch, nishpoch, tishbechu, tishpochna, yishbechu, tishpochna. That's the future. We call it imperfect. Essentially, it means the future, right? Future is the default tense for the imperfect. All right. This one you can certainly do the perfect. Okay. So do the perfect, Gio, and then we'll go through how it works in the imperfect.
Asaf. So Asafti, Asafta, Asaf, Asaf, Asafa, Asafa, Asafnu.
Remember that we've got a secondary modification. Oops, where we've got traditional, like historically, it's Asaf and then adds the ending. Asafa. but then this would be asafa, that the stress moves to the end of the word, and this syllable reduces. Okay, so we've got lengthen.
Mhm.
Asfa.
Asfa.
Mhm.
Asfa. Asafnu. Asaten. Asaten. Aspo.
Asfo. Brilliant. Okay, the future. This is obviously a problem, right? You've got astaf like so. When you add another aleph onto the front of it, this is obviously a problem, right? This is solved in different ways in different tenses. So let's see if I can.
Why do I always get the problematic forms?
It's because you're the
I
good
don't
one.
know.
You're the good student.
So it's going to be esof. Esof. It likes to have on the front of it. Okay. In with the taf, it's going to be ta'a. Ta'asof. Ta'asof. Okay, because this is basically, instead of shva, it goes to a. Let's look real quick while we're sharing the screen. We'll go over to this. Okay, you can see. We're going to go to Academia, which is the website Academia. Academia Lashon. They have Luach Nitiot HaPoal. This is a table for verbs. We're going to do asaf. Okay, take it in kal binyan. And we have esof as the future. It's not ta'asof, it's te'esof. Excuse me, te'esof. I think everyone says ta'asof today. But te'esfi, yesof, te'esof, ne'esof, te'esfu, te'esofna, yesfu, te'esofna. They make the letters big to show the stress on the word. When we have aleph in the beginning of a root, it's going to do weird things. If you have achal, like eating, when you have those two alephs, it becomes o, ochal, I will eat, tochal, you will eat. Aleph can kind of be unpredictable. It depends on the word, like amar. Amar said, the future, omar, I will say. Tomar, you will say. You see how how do I get a smiley face? Hello, find me a word. On the website for the academy, for the third hey, it's going to be yud instead of hey. So e'eseh, I will do. Ta'aseh, ta'asi, yaseh. Okay, this is with ayin in the beginning. That's kind of a problem, but that's how the language works. When you have those alephs and ayins, those gutturals at the beginning of the root, it's going to have effects. Okay, so what we have here in this case, we've got e'esof, te'esof. Okay, e'esof, te'esof, and so on. With that first aleph, we're going to have an e vowel. E'esof, te'esof. Okay? All right, so I won't hold you responsible for that one, obviously, because it's not something we've covered. I just wanted to show it to you. But this one, ganav, means to steal, like stole. He stole something. I'm going to let you do that one in the perfect and imperfect real quick for us, because I think that's stole, like he stole something. How do you put that in the perfect? Gio, if you would.
You have ganavti.
Because I gave you a hard one before. So. Ganavti.
Ganavti, ganavta, ganav, ganav, ganva, yeah, ganva, ganavnu, ganavten, ah, ganavten, ganvu.
Mitsuyan, excellent. Please go on with the imperfect. This is regular. That is, it's going to be egnov. Okay, so go from egnov to the rest of the forms in the imperfect.
Tegnov, tegnov, teg, teg, tegnov, tegnovi. Is that right? And then Yigno, Tegnevi, Tegnevi, Yigno, yeah, Yigno, Tegnov, yeah, it's the same. Negnov,
Yep, nignov.
Negnov, Tegnevu,
Yep.
Tegnevu, Teg,
So you've got this and you've got this. What do you have in the middle? Is like you have tignov,
Teg, Tegnena,
tignovna,
Tegnovna,
Mhm.
Tegnovna,
And it's the same here, tignovna. And what is this one?
Yeg, Yegneu,
Yignevu.
Yegnevu, Yegnevu,
Okay,
Yegnevu.
great. Come back. Fantastic. Okay, next one we've got mashach. Let's remember this word, ganav. 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 Excuse me. Ganav. This is steal. Okay, to steal. He stole. So the future you is tignov. Right? Tignov. If you say do not steal, like as a general rule of behavior, do not steal, it's lo tignov. This is in the Ten Commandments. You shall not steal. Lo tignov. This is exactly the form from the Ten Commandments. So now you know one of the Ten Commandments. Right?
Yep.
That's one of 10.
You're saying that's the general. In general,
Yes.
don't steal.
Yep. Lo tignov means you shall not steal. It's used as a prohibition of general behavior. Lo tignov. If we are in a store right now, we go to the store and I see you take something and you start to put it in your pocket, I would say al tignov et ze. Al tignov. Al is the negative when you're giving a command right now. You're doing something, I say don't do it. Al tignov. And then I would probably say et ze, like this. Don't steal this. Don't steal that. Et ze. Al tignov et ze. Do not steal that. The thing, it's right now you're doing it. Don't do it. Al tignov. But as a general prohibition on behavior and something that we have as a rule of order, it's lo tignov. That's general prohibition. Okay? That's the difference. Al is don't do it, and lo is as a general rule. It's the general negation. Okay, so
And then-
mashach. Mhm.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just moving on. What was your question?
No, I was fine.
Okay, so mashach means pull or draw. Pull or draw. If the door, you have a door that's push or a door that's pull. A door that opens in or it opens out. Okay, to push is lidchof. Lidchof. And pull is limshoch. Limshoch, mashach. This is dachaf, pushed, mashach, pulled. This is mashach. Okay, so take us through the perfect forms, if you would, Ward, please. With the T and the tie and whatever.
Mashakti,
Mashachti.
Mashakta,
Mashachta.
Mashakta, Mashacht,
Mashacht. Mashacht. It's just the T on the end. Mashach.
Mashacht,
Mm-hmm.
Mashak,
Mm-hmm.
Mashha,
Mashcha.
Mashha,
As Haisha, the woman, Haisha mashcha et hadelet. Or mashcha et hachevel. She pulled the rope. He mashcha et hachevel. Mashcha. Pulled. Mm-hmm.
okay. Mashnu,
Mashach.
Meshti,
Mashachnu.
oh, Mashachnu, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Meshachtem,
Meshachtem.
Meshachtin,
Meshachten. The hem.
Mashhu.
Mashchu. Wonderful. What do you imagine the future, the imperfect, would be of this root? It's a strong root, right? It's all the letters are normal.
I would assume we would just put all of our prefixes and for suffixes on it.
Yep. So what do you think the I prefix would be? Excuse me.
Imsho,
Yes.
Imshach,
Emshoch. Emshoch. I will pull. Emshoch. Okay. So what's you? Like 2ms.
Dimshoch,
Timshoch. Beautiful.
Dimshochi,
Timshechi. Timshechi.
Dimshachi,
Got to remember that these go through that secondary modification. That is the stress is moved. So where you've got timshoch, okay, when it becomes she or the feminine you, you've got this would be the theoretical form timshochi. You're not going to see that because we don't have a lot of feminine forms in the Bible anyway. But the stress moves here, and this one reduces. Timshechi. Timshechi. It happens the same with you plural. Timshechu. Okay.
okay, then Mashach.
Where's that? This is nim.
Oh, no, I was over at the wrong place here. Sorry.
We're here now.
Yeah. Yimshoch.
Nimshoch means we will pull, we will draw. Yes.
I was at Yim, I think. Yimshoch.
Ah, you're here. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Okay, great.
And Tishach.
Tim. You got that?
Timshoch.
Timshoch. Timshoch. Remember that the he, the she form, and the you, like the ata form, are the same. And down here, the aten and hen are the same. Okay.
And then
So now we're here.
the Nimshoch.
Mm-hmm.
Timshochu.
Timshechu.
Timshochu.
Timshechu. Mm-hmm. This syllable is going to go to Timshechu.
Timshachnu.
Timshochna.
Timshochna.
Mm-hmm. Timshochna.
Yeshochnu.
Yim.
Shoch. Nu?
Yimshechu.
Yimshechu.
Yimshechu. Unfortunately, that vowel likes to disappear. When you have a vowel on the end, the one before it wants to reduce. When your entire subformative is a vowel, like u or a or e, then the syllable before it wants a shva.
Okay.
That's
So
the
yimshechu.
ending there is u. So right
Yimshechu.
before it, yeah, yimshechu.
Is that always the case when you have the ending u?
It's
Okay.
going to be different. It's going to be different in the PL, not the PL, the hifil. Like, okay, if we take this root has meaning in the hifil. So imshich means he continued. He continued. So when you say she, you're going to say imshich, and then you're going to say ah, because ah is the feminine ending. So imshicha. Imshicha means she continued, and that vowel doesn't change in the hifil. In the PL, it will change also. In the PL, like diber means he spoke. You know, he spoke, diber. Okay, so this is going to reduce here and become this dibra. She spoke, where it does reduce before, and they spoke is dibru with the reduction. So in the PL and the kal it does. In the nifal and the hifil it does not.
Okay.
It depends on the binyan.
Understand.
Okay, so mashach, I think we're done with that. Next, we've got yashav. That's strong. It's nothing weird. Let's do kara and see if anything weird happens here. This is a guttural on the end of it. So when it goes to future, the imperfect, well, I can't write today. Ekra. It's not going to be ekro, but ekra. Okay, so ekro, even with aleph, it's going to become ekra. Ekra means I will read, and ekra means I will tear. Tear. Korea is tearing something. Like you tear your garment. If you hear bad news, then you tear your clothes. Okay, that's the word likuoa. Likuoa is to tear. That's this one. So the past tense is going to be karati. Karati. Okay, it has shvana on the ayin, like shamati. Okay, shamati.
What is the word to call out or to read out loud?
Kore, kara. It's just to read. To read aloud is a different. We're going to look at that in just a second. The hifil is to read aloud, so it's like makri. This, or in the past, hikri. He read out loud. There's kore or kara, that is read, like I read by myself. I'm reading. And then there's makri, where I read it out to you. I read it out loud. We'll look at that in a second.
We've had a word though where it says like he called out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like in Genesis 1, right? Kara Laila. Is that the word?
Kara. Mm-hmm. Kara laila.
Kara.
Yeah, he called day and he called night and whatever. That's kara.
Yeah.
This is also used for giving a name to something. So the way that you say in Hebrew, you can say, for example, my name is. Let's go back a little bit, giving me some space to write. We can say my name. You know, Shem is name, right? Shem.
Mm-hmm.
If you put the let me get rid of those tables too. If you put the pronoun on there, Shmi. Shmi means my name. So you can say Shmi Jason. Shmi Jason. My name. Shmi Jason. If I want to ask you what's your name, I can say Ma Shimcha. Shimcha, you would obviously understand to mean your name. Shimcha. Okay, Shmi, Shimcha. That should not have a dagesh. Shimcha, like this. Okay, if you're talking to a woman, you say Shmech, your name. Ma Shmech, what is your name? And you'd say Shmi, and whatever it is. Okay, another way to say what is your name is to use the word how. Ech. Ech means how. Then you use the word kal, which is kara. But you're going to say o, and then with the plural im. Kor im. Ech korim lecha. How people call to you. How calling to you. That's another way to say what is your name. Ech korim lecha. This is very, very popular today. In the Bible, it would say vayikra, and he called. Vayikra et shmo. He called his name. And he called his name Yehonatan or whatever. Yehonatan. Yehonatan, Jonathan. He called his name Jonathan. Okay. So if we're going to use Hebrew at all conversationally, we would say Korim li. They call me Korim li Jason. This is how I write my name. It's not how I write it in cursive, but this is how I spell it. Jason. That is Gimel with this mark on top of it means J. This is Tsere. Yod Yod is a modern way to say A with Tsere, A, J, and then Son, Jason. So Kol Imli Jason means my name is Jason. Okay, so let's get to Kara. This one means tore. Notice the difference is Aleph and Ayin on the end. Aleph is call, and Ayin is tear. So if I add T, it's karati, karata, karat, kara, kara, karanu, kratem, kraten, karou. The future, ekra, ekra, tikra, tikrei. Okay, I'm going to spell that one out. Tikrei. Tikrei. Tikrei means you will call or tear. You will tear. Tikrei, yikra, tikra, nikra, tikrana or tikreu. Excuse me, tikreu. This one. Tikrana, tikrana, and yikreu. Okay. Okay, we kind of just need to move forward because we've got this one I put a link on purpose. Kana means he bought, he acquired, he purchased. We have here two different kinds of hay that can appear at the end of a root. You can have a real third hay, or you have third yod. If it's really third hay, you see the hay in that word, it has mapik. Mapik is the dot in the middle of the hay. Mm-hmm. This means it's a consonant, and that is really part of the root. But in this case, there's no mapik. Really, this hay is a yod. Okay, so we consider these third yod. What happens on these ones that look third hay, but they're not? The hay disappears and turns into a yod. Okay. So these are really third yod verbs. Bana is baniti, banita, banit, bana, banta, where the hay turns into a taf. See? Banta, banino, benitem, beniten, and banu. Banu. In the real third hay root, like gava, gava means became high or exalted. gava, and tama. Tama means to be like stunned or terrified or something like that. The hey doesn't disappear because it's a consonant. So tamata, tamati, tamat, this is tamha, where that hey is really a consonantal hey. It's not a vowel. Tamanu, tamatem, tamaten, tamhu. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this one actually falls out and becomes I, and this one doesn't. Interesting, not the most important thing that we're going to do today, but so kana becomes kaniti, kanita, blah, blah, blah. Asa is asiti, asita. Siti, this means I did or I made. Asiti. Asiti, I did or made. The future is ese. Ese. Okay. Ese means I will do, I will make. Well, there's a lot of roots here. This one I pulled up there because it's third hey for real. I do want to look at what happens to these in the future. In the future of, let's go with kana. Okay, kana, acquired or purchased. You've got your kana. When you add the prefix, it's ek, ne. That third syllable is e. Okay, this is important for the jussive because let's think of evne, I will build. Evne, I will build. In the jussive, the third syllable or that third root letter drops off. So instead of yivne, yivne, he will build, that a drops off and you're left with yivn. This is the theoretical form, yivn. And what happens is that consonant cluster is broken. It becomes yivn, like this. This is the jussive. The jussive is the may he do such a. So this is may he build. May he build. From bana. Bana is build. Okay, let's look at a couple of jussives because that's where we're going. Where did I put the jussives? This is verb consecutive and jussives. Okay. I've written here, there are three types of volitionals, volitionals, not volitions, but volitionals in Hebrew. They correspond to what in Greek? They do have correspondence. You know Greek, right, both of you? You've studied Greek?
I have, but
okay.
Well, you have second and third person imperatives.
Yes, exactly. Let him do something, or let second person imperative is do it, and the third person imperative is let him do it.
Right.
And that's that eto. Right, eto ending. Lueto. Let him release. So that's going to be the jussive. The jussive is that idea of let somebody do something or may somebody do something. So distinguishing jussives from imperfects. The first thing we need to look at is that most of the time jussives and imperfects look the same. For strong roots, they look the same. Yishmol can be imperfect or jussive. Yishlach is imperfect or jussive. Yishma, imperfect or jussive. They look the same. Context tells the difference. Okay, like we say with a lot of things, context tells the difference. But if you have a third yod that looks like third hey, okay, you've got a third hey that's really a third yod, that hey drops off. Okay, and we're left with some kind of thing that needs to be resolved. So yivin, you can't have that shva in a closed syllable like that. So it becomes yivin. Okay. Ya'an, this is let him build. Ya'an is from what root? What is ya'ane? Do you know?
Don't know that one yet.
It means answer. He will answer. Okay. So when you take off the e ending, you're left with this ya'an. It just becomes a regular instead of a composite shva. Ya'an, let him answer. Ya'an. So ya'aneh, he will answer. Ya'an, let him answer. Ya'aseh becomes ya'as, just like ya'an, ya'as, let him do, or may he do. Okay, this side here is the adjussive. If there is an E sound in the middle of the root, it's a hollow verb with E sound, the adjussive is going to say eh. Instead of yasim, he will put. Yasem, let him put. We know sim, right? Sim is put.
Mm-hmm.
So sim, yasim, he will put. Yasem, let him put. Okay. I put this one for good measure because of the tetragrammaton. But it doesn't matter. It's basically if vav ends up at the end of a word by itself, you see the vav there, when you drop the eh sound, when you drop that eh, the vav ends up out here hanging out by itself. When vav, a consonantal vav ends up at the end of a word, it converts to u that is unaccented, meaning the accent goes on the syllable before, and this we get unaccented u. So what we get is, instead of yishtachave, which means he will bow down, theoretically it becomes yishtachv. That vav hanging out by itself becomes u, unaccented, and it's yishtachu. Yishtachu means let him bow down. This is in the story of Joseph and the sheaves. They will bow down to my, I saw them, they bow down to my sheaves. The vav consecutive is formed off of the adjussive form. So yishmor becomes vayishmor, yishlach, vayishlach, yishma, vayishma. Given, vayiven, and he built. Ya'an, vaya'an, and he answered. Ya'as, vaya'as, and he did. Yasem, vayasem, and he put. The vav consecutive is not really built off of the imperfect, it's built off of the adjussive, which is why it's kind of important to learn the form of the adjussive. Okay? All right, and this is vayishtachu, and he bowed down. That's singular, and he bowed down. We'll get through that bow down another time. It's a special root. All right. Wow, we got a lot of information. Let's get back there. We're finished with that. Next. We looked last week at pick up, open, read, and all this stuff. We want to just review it real quick. Tikach is the future from lakach. It means take, right? This is the imperative. It takes off the T. That's the imperative. Technically, this doesn't mean pick up. It means take it. Like the book is on the table, take the book. Kach et hasefer. Take it. It's easier to give you that than to give you harem. Harem is the imperative of laharim, to lift up. This literally means to lift something up, to pick it up. Okay? So kach et hasefer, take the book. What do we say here?
Betach.
Tach.
Open.
Tach.
Oh, that's right. Tach.
Tach.
Open.
Tach et hasefer. Tach et hasefer. From the imperfect, tiftach. Tach et hasefer. Okay. This is, what am I doing to the book?
Read.
Reading, okay. How do you tell someone, read the book? Kra. Kra et hasefer. Kra et hasefer. Read the book. From tikra. Kra et hasefer. Technically, if we're telling somebody to read, we're probably telling them to read out loud. And the verb then would be hakre. Hakre et hasefer. Read it out loud. Hakre et hasefer. It's from the hifil. This and this are both hifil forms. We're going to cover them in the next course. For now, we're just learning the easy ones, which are take and read. Okay. What is this one? סגור, סגור, סגור את הספר, סגור את הספר. And finally, sim. The imperative is sim, from tasim, put, put. The real word for laying something down is hanach, hanach et hasefer. That's also hifil. So all three of these forms are hifil. These are the real forms that would be used, but it's perfectly fine to say kach et hasefer, kra et hasefer, and sim et hasefer al shulchan. Okay? So let's practice a little bit. I want each of you to tell me what to do with my book. My book is on the table, okay? Tell me what to do. Ward, I'm gonna go through all of these steps. I want you to tell me step by step what you want me to do with the book. The book is here, et hasefer. When you put it down, you can put it down al. What is al? On. Hashulchan. The table. Al hashulchan.
So, kach et hasefer, sefer.
Kach et hasefer, okay. Lakachti et hasefer. Lakachti et hasefer.
Tach et hasefer.
Patachti et hasefer.
Kara et hasefer.
These stems nearly all have a nominative singular in en or on with the genitive enos or
Segol
enos.
et hasefer.
סגרתי את הספר, קראתי את הספר וסגרתי את הספר.
שים את הספר על
שולחן.
השולחן.
Yeah, this is supposed to be shva here, but I can't get it to write without opening a list. That's supposed to be shva. So, שמתי את הספר, שולחן. שמתי את הספר על השולחן. שמתי את הספר על השולחן. ג'יו, קח את הספר שלך בבקשה, קח את הספר, או קח ספר, take a book, pick a book up. It can be any book, that's why I say קח ספר, okay? פתח את הספר, and you have to tell me what you're doing. You have to say, לקחתי את הספר, או לקחתי ספר.
לקחתי את הספר.
אוקיי. פתח את הספר. פתח את הספר.
לקחתי את הספר.
פתחת את הספר. את הספר הזה. פתחת את הספר, יופי.
פתחתי.
קרא את הספר בבקשה. קרא את הספר.
When through the addition of a preformative noun stands at the end of the syllable, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, עצור, עצור means stop. עצור. סגור את הספר.
סגרתי את הספר.
סגרתי.
סגרתי את הספר.
Okay, when I say עצור, you would say עצרתי. עצרתי. This is stop. עצרתי. I stopped.
I stopped. עצרתי.
עצרתי. Okay, שים את הספר על השולחן. שים את הספר על השולחן.
ישתה.
Ooh, how do you say the past tense of sim? Sim is the imperative. The past tense is sam. So samti, samti.
Samti et hasefer al hashulchan.
Samti et hasefer al hashulchan. Yofi. So now it's your turn. Say to Ward, tell him the whole process and what he needs to do with this book. When you first mention an item, normally it is indefinite. So if you're going to tell somebody to pick up a book, it's not et hasefer, it's just kach sefer. And you can say min hashulchan or mei shulchan. Okay, from the table.
The table.
מהשולחן.
Word.
Yes.
קח את הספר, קח ספר מהשולחן.
Excellent.
לקחתי את הספר.
קח ספר מהשולחן.
הוא לקח ספר מהשולחן, יש לו ספר ביד. הוא לקח ספר. הוא לקח.
הוא לקח.
He took the book.
אוקיי. קרא ספר מהשולחן.
יש לו ספר. הוא לקח. He already took the book from the table. It's in his hands.
Read. קרא ספר מהשולחן.
He already has it in his hands. He can't take it from the book, from the table. You're going to tell him now to open it without mentioning the table, because the table is ridiculous now.
Yeah. פתח את הספר.
פתח את הספר.
And קרא את הספר.
But wait, he needs to tell you what he did. You told him open the book, and now he needs to say, I have opened the book.
Yeah.
Ward, how do you say I
sorry,
have
I was
opened
reading.
the book?
כתבתי הספר.
פתחתי את הספר.
פתחתי את הספר.
Great. Okay.
קרא את הספר.
הכוסון תו אנומה.
Stop is atzor.
Atzor.
Okay, so go ahead and start reading Ward, and he's going to tell you to stop, and then you tell him I have stopped.
Get a good place to go here. Monon tu anoma tu sabaton guys tas Christekas oede
Atzor.
Okay, atzor. How do you say I have stopped using that root? That root for stop. Atzor.
Etzolti.
Atzarti.
Atzalti.
I have stopped. Atzarti. Okay. What's the next command?
סגור את הספר.
Score את הספר.
סגור את הספר.
Yep.
And then put down.
סגרתי את הספר.
Great. סגרתי את הספר. And
שים ספר.
שים את הספר.
שים את הספר על השולחן.
על השולחן. שים את הספר על השולחן. מה עשית? Ward, what did you do?
שמתי את הספר על השולחן.
Great. Okay. So, Ward, read the sentence for me, please.
ומשה פתח את הספר, והוא קרא אותו. אותו.
Okay. What's it mean?
Moses opened the book and he read to him.
He read it. The book is...
He read it.
Okay, great. Read this for me, Gio.
משה יפתח את הספר Vehu ikra oto.
Fantastic. So these are the same verbs, right? One is the perfect and one is the imperfect, right? Imperfect and perfect. The difference basically in general context is the past versus the future. It's not consistently that way, but this is the default meaning. Moshe patach et hasefer v'hu kara oto. Moshe yiftach et hasefer v'hu yikra oto. Future. When we do vav consecutive, we call it walk-ons, vav-cons. That switches that future, takes the form of the future, the jasiv actually, attaches VA with dagesh. Notice there's a dagesh in the next letter. And this goes from the future to the past. This is narrative past in the Bible. Okay, so let's look at the difference here between ומשה פתח את הספר והוא קרא אותו, ומשה יפתח את הספר והוא יקרא אותו, and ויפתח משה את הספר, the subject, oops, go away. The subject comes after the verb, okay, the subject comes after the verb. The verb takes on that va with the dagesh in the next letter. And then you have the object. Vayiftach Moshe et hasefer, vayikra oto. This is the real way that we're going to find text in the Bible. Vayiftach Moshe et hasefer, vayikra oto. And Moses opened the book and he read it. Okay, there needs to be some kind of explicit subject. And then whenever the next verb is repeated, if the subject didn't change, it probably won't appear with a subject. Okay, so let's look at this. Vayikach, what's that verb?
Take. So
Vayikach,
he took.
Yes,
he will take.
Lakach, it's the future, but it's vayikach, so it's now past. Vayikach, subject, Yehoshua, et hasefer, min hashulchan. Min hashulchan is the same as me hashulchan, from the table. So Joshua took the book from the table. Vayikach Yehoshua et hasefer min hashulchan. Vayiftach, and he opened. Vayikra oto. We've got 3 vav consecutives in a row. It's often the case that one of them will have the object while the other one has it missing. It happens a lot. Vayiftach means vayiftach oto, right? It means he opened the book. He took it and he opened and he read it. Okay, these are made up sentences, but this is the structure of how text is in the Bible. Vayisgor Yoshua et hasefer kechaloto likro. Kechaloto yikro. Likro means when he finished reading. I put that here with an explanation. This is an infinitive construct. What it says literally is according to his finishing. Kechaloto likro. Likro is to read. According to his finishing to read, that is, when he finished to read, vayasem oto ala shulchan, and he put it on the table. Neat, yeah? This is the Hebrew narrative flow. It's the action flows from one verb to the next with the vav consecutive. Okay? Next. Okay, so there are 3 types of volitionals in Hebrew. We went over that already. We've got the josivs that are formed from the imperfect. With the hey at the end, it drops off and becomes somehow resolved, and the vav consecutive is coming from the josiv. Vayiven, vayas, vayaan, vayasem, and so on. We went over that. Okay, so Numbers, chapter 6. This is the Aaronic blessing, the blessing of the Aaronic priesthood from the Bible. So it says, this is the text of the Bible. This is an analysis of the verbs. Gio, have you seen this text before?
Yeah, I got a book of Gordon.
Nehemiah, Gordon?
Nehemiah. Yeah, I got his book.
Nehemiah.
Yeah, Nehemiah. He would say you would. Yeah, I mean, he would correct you if you say Nehemiah. He would correct you to Nehemiah.
Yeah. So if you don't mind reading the first section.
Yevarechecha Adonai.
Mhm.
V'yishmerecha.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the verb is Yevarech. Yevarech is PL of Barach. Okay, it's obviously Barach, but the PL is Yevarech, it's the future. Yevarech. He will bless. This is adjussive. Okay, Yevarech is the imperfect. The imperfect and adjussive look the same. Yevarech, the cha ending means you. Yevarech checha. Yevarech checha means may he bless you. So may Hashem bless you. May Adonai bless you. Yevarechecha Adonai. May Adonai bless you. V'yishmerecha. This is yishmor, the imperfect, but it's being used as adjussive. May he keep. Yishmor, when you add the cha in there, becomes yishmorcha. Yishmorcha. May he keep you. But when it's in pause, because it's at the end of the verse with sof pasuk, it's yishmerecha. So yishmorcha and yishmerecha is the same, but this one's in pause. All right, that's what we've got going on with the verbs. Board, would you read the next one, please?
Ya'er Adonai Panav Elef
Elecha.
Elecha. Oh yeah, Elecha.
Mm-hmm. Elecha means toward you, right?
Vihu Neha.
Vihu nekka. That kuf on the end has a dagesh in it, and then there's a ah. So it's just like having like this. Ka. Vihu nekka.
Neka.
Okay, vihu nekka. So the first verb, ya'er, is ya'ir. Ya'ir, may he cause light. So panav is the object. May he cause his face to light toward you. May he make his face shine toward you. The ya'er is the adjussive. It's got that e, just like yasim. Yasim becomes yasem. We looked at that in the last page. Yasem, may he put, and it's also done here. Yasem. So ya'ir is the future, the imperfect, and ya'er is what happens with that with the e. It becomes Ya'er. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha vihu neka. Huneka, it's yehunan. Yehuneka. This is may you be shown compassion. Vihuneka. It's yehuneka with a vav. So vihuneka, may you be shown compassion. Okay. Yisa. Yisa is the future. It's the imperfect. It's exactly the same as the adjussive. Yisa, may he lift up. Yisa Adonai panav elecha. May God lift his face up to you. V'yasem, this is sim, the adjussive. Yasem lecha shalom. May he make peace for you. May he do peace for you or put peace for you. That was fun. Do you have any questions about that? I know it's kind of above your head at the time, but kind of fun also.
It's all good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But you can see here the specific adjussive forms, okay? And in the other cases, that the adjussive and the imperfect are the same. These two, the adjussive are specific. Ya'er and Yasem. Okay, Psalm 121. This one's going to start like just running. I've made it so it just runs down. Okay, what you want to see here is that the poetry of the Bible often will line things up on the right side. You see it's lined up over here, and it lines it up on the left side. And in the middle, you have space. It arranges it this way so that any word that's in this middle part is going to have the etnachta. Do you see the etnachta? In this case, it doesn't. In this case, it has revia, but that's also acceptable as a disjunctive accent. There's etnachta, etnachta, and etnachta. These are disjunctive accents that split the verse in half. Okay, so when it's split in half and it's poetry, it's going to be aligned on the right side, aligned on the left side, and space in the middle. Let's look at how it looks in the Aleppo Codex. This is the text from the Aleppo Codex. It's probably the most important biblical codex that exists. The text starts here, Esa inai el heharim. This is lined up on the right, it's lined up on the left, and there's space between each line. The last line, you see that etnachta right there, and you know that it's in the middle. Its old texts are kind of messy. The handwriting is kind of messy, kind of difficult to read, but the same standards exist in the old text that we have today in our printed editions, which is what this is. So let's look at this. We covered it a little bit in the last session. We're going to start with this imperfect. I will lift my eyes to the hills, to the mountains. How is that, Gio? Can you read this first line?
Esa ena el harim.
This is a nai. I ending is enai is my eyes. And this one, what's that? Me'ayin. Stress.
Me'ayin yavo Ezri.
Me'ayin yavo Ezri. Where will my help come from? This is come, and this is from. From where shall come my help? Ezri. Ezer, help. Ezri, my help. So he asks a question. He says, I lift my eyes to the hills. Where will my help come from? And then he answers this question. Ward, what's the answer to that question?
Ezri me'im Adonai.
Ezri me'im Adonai.
Oseh shamayim va'aretz.
Yes, Ezri me'im Adonai oseh shamayim va'aretz. My help is from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. Oseh is the participle, present participle of asa. Means one doing or one making.
What is me'im? Explain that.
Im means with.
From with.
Means from.
Okay.
If you think of para in Greek, para mean when in the genitive it means beside, or it means to beside, from beside. Genitive is from. Dative is beside, and accusative is to. Yeah. So you've got with and from with and to with. So you have from with in Hebrew. It means it comes from, it was with him and then it came to me. My help was with God and it came to me. It comes from God, from with God. Okay. Yiten, we know, is the future of Natan. Okay. Yiten is he will give, or he will, in this case, allow. You can allow something whenever you give it. Al yiten means may he not allow. May he not. This is Joseph. That's why it's got al. May he not allow your foot, raglecha, which is raglecha, but it's in pause. All of the words in the end of this are going to be in pause. Raglecha becomes raglecha. Lamot is to trip or to stumble. May he not allow your foot to stumble. Al yanum, may he not slumber. Okay? Al yanum shomrecha. This is shomer, like Oseh is the one doing. This is the one guarding. Shomrecha is shomrecha, the one who keeps you. Shomrecha. May the one who keeps you not slumber. Okay, Gio, we're on this one. What do you make of that one?
Hine lo yanum
Great, it's just like this one, yanum.
velo yeshan.
Yep. Yashan means, yeshen, whatever, it means sleeping. Yishan means he will sleep. Okay, so hine means behold. What's this?
Not the slumber. Okay.
Yep, he will not slumber, and he will not sleep. Who will not slumber or sleep?
Shomer Israel.
Shomer Yisrael, the keeper of Israel, the guardian of Israel. So behold, he will not slumber and he will not sleep, he who guards Israel. Okay. From this word yanum, lanum, in modern Hebrew we doubled it up. We have the word lenamnem, namnem, meaning when you're tired, nimnem, when you're tired and you're dozing off. You know, the namnem is like to kind of sleep, not really sleep, but when you're just kind of sleeping.
What was that? Is that the same word that they used when Moses was holding his staff when?
Oh, I don't know. I would assume that that's related to ayef. Ayef is tired. I don't know. I haven't looked at that text. Do you know what passage it's in?
I can't think of it right now. I'll look it up.
We'll search for it later. Okay, so Ward, we're on the next line.
So Adonai shomerecha.
And what's
Adonai will guard you, I think.
Yeah,
Or
he
guard you.
guards you. He guards you. He keeps you. Adonai shomrecha. Adonai is the one who guards you.
Adonai tisilhach al yad.
Silcha. This is the word
Shil-
sel. Sel means shadow. The root is with two lameds. So silcha is a double lamed in the middle. Silcha means your shadow. The Lord is your shadow. Like just like your shadow is on your side, God is there.
Al yad yamanicha. Yaminecha.
Yaminecha. Remember the name
Yaminecha.
Benjamin bin Yamin. Bin Yamin means the son of the right hand. This is the right. Yamin. Yaminecha, your right. Al yad yaminecha, on your right hand. Or at your right hand. Okay, great. Adonai shomrecha, Adonai tzilcha, al yad yaminecha. Okay, this one says yomam. It's built on the word yom. Yomam means every day, daily, or by day. Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka. This is yake. It's hifil. Yake. It will strike. And then it has a cha ending. Cha means you. Yakeka means it will strike you. But this is feminine, or it's negative, so it says it will not strike you. By day, the sun will not strike you, or the moon by night. Okay? V'yareach balayla. Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka, v'yareach balayla. Yareach is moon. Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka, v'yareach balayla. Okay? Ward, what you get for the next one? No, not Word. I'm sorry. Word did the last one, didn't you? Geo.
Adonai Yishmarecha
Shmor. Yishmorcha. That's
Mishmorcha.
Yishmor.
It's a close syllable. Yeah. Okay. Adonai Yishmorcha Mikol Ra.
Okay. What do you think that means? This is, Yishmor is the imperfect, and Cha means you.
What's Yishmor?
We've got it all over here. Shomer. It means keep or guard.
So the Lord will guard you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ra. From evil, from all evil.
From all evil. Mm-hmm.
From all
the
evil.
Lord will guard you from all evil.
Yishmor et nafshecha.
Nafshecha.
He will guard you to.
So we have Yishmor here and here and here. Yishmor, he will guard, right? So in this case, it says he will guard you. This one just says he will guard, and then it has an object. This one says he will guard, and it has an object. What is nefesh?
Your soul.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's better to think of it as life. It means he will guard your life. He won't let you die. When it says somebody guards your life, it doesn't mean that they take your soul and take you to heaven. It means they keep you alive.
Yeah.
He will protect your life. He will guard your life.
Adonai. Mikol Ra.
Yep.
Yishmor et nafshecha.
Yep. Okay, and Word, you got the last one.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If you look at the, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th, and the 7th, and the 8th, Adonai starts them? Where the pointing
That's
is different.
Adonai, and Adonai. Yes. Well, the pointing isn't different. No. The accentuation is different.
Oh, that's an accent there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is called Mercha. This one is Revi'i or Revi'ah. And this is Revi'ah.
Okay. I didn't see what that was.
This is
Okay.
simply Meteg here. It doesn't matter.
Some people would like mistakenly assume this as a kolam.
Right, and that's one of the issues that we have with the counting of forms that have cholam that Nehemiah Gordon is chasing down. He's having people who are untrained in reading the Bible, reading Hebrew. He's having them look for that mark on top of the name, and I'm worried that a lot of his the people that are reporting them to him are mistaken.
Yeah,
But it doesn't matter. That's something we can talk about in a future lesson because I know why they're missing the cholam. But anyway, let's keep going. I'm writing a paper on that now. I'll show it to you when I'm done with it.
Adonai Yishmar.
Yishmor. This is a closed syllable because of
Yishmor. Adonai Yishmor et ha.
What's this letter?
Yeah. TS. Setha.
Seitcha.
Setha. Setha.
Seitcha.
Uboeha.
Okay, so that the first one is Seitcha. Seitcha. And the second one is Uvo.
Eha.
Uvoecha.
Uvoecha.
Mm-hmm.
Uvoecha.
Seitcha uvoecha means you're going out and coming in.
Yeah.
This is latzet, yatsa. Yatsa means go, or you went out. And this is ba, meaning he came. Okay. Me'ata ve'ad olam. What is that?
me'ata ve'ad ulam. So me'ata, from now
Mm-hmm.
until forever.
Yeah, from now until forever. Fantastic. That's the Aleppo Codex. Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 to 9. That's part of our daily reading. This is the whole text. I'm going to single out the verbs because the verbs here that I've highlighted in green are basically vav consecutive that are dependent on that first verb, which is imperative. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear, Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Ve'ahavta, the accent's on the end, ve'ahavta, and you shall love. It's an imperative because this is an imperative and the verb consecutive is dependent on it. Okay, you shall love. It's not you will love, but this is an imperative. The imperative force here extends to the verb consecutives that are dependent on it.
How far does it extend?
All the way through the passage. So we've got a second person imperative here because it's verb consecutive. We've got a third person, and they will be, they shall be, and you shall repeat, and you shall speak, and you shall tie them, and they shall be, and you shall write them. From the imperative here, it's that force, the imperative force is carried from one verb to the next, all the way through.
So how do you know when it stops?
Normally, well, context really. I mean,
Okay.
normally you might have like vehine as a discourse marker, and behold, that will start something new, and then a new string of consecutives that hang on to it. Or you could have an interruption of the subject. You could say ve Moshe or umoshe, umoshe ish, whatever. Moses is such and such a person, blah blah blah, and it starts a new vav consecutive string. It really depends. That's what this book is all about. This basics of Hebrew discourse, where it chases the strings of vav consecutives and shows like how they break and how they relate to each other. It's really interesting. Also in this passage, the blue, you're going to see all of those cha endings that mean you. They can mean, this cha ending can be attached to nouns to mean your, of course, like beitcha means your house, enecha, your eyes, okay? Or it can be attached to verbs. This should not be highlighted. Derech is not, that's a mistake. So Elohecha, your God, nafshecha, your soul, levavecha, your heart. This is attached to a verb. In this case, mitzaveh is the verb and cha is the object, the direct object. So mitzaveh otcha means I command you. Anuchi mitzavcha, I command you, where you is the object. That's really all that I wanted to go over on that. We want to read through it real quick because this is one of the two passages that's going to show up on the test in a couple of weeks. Okay, so let's read through this slowly. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu. There's an accent here. Eloheinu Adonai Echad. When you have text that's really printed, this ayin here is going to be big, and this dalet here is going to be big. Ayin dalet means ed, which means testament or witness. This is the witness of the Jewish faith that God is one. Ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha. We had Eloheinu, our, now Elohecha, your God. Bechol levavcha. Levavcha is levav, heart, and cha, your. This word here has O, bechol levavcha. Uvechol nafshecha. Nafshecha is from nefesh, nafshecha, your soul. Uvechol, and with all, meodecha. Meod means abundance or excess. Meodecha, your abundance, or all of your power, all of your excess. Vehayu, they will be. This is the subject. Hadvarim, 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 ha'ele, asher, anochi, mitzavecha. Mitzavecha hayom, today, al levavecha, levav, levavecha. Just like we said, al hashulchan, on the table, this is on your heart. Al levavecha. Veshinantam. Shinanta, and the is the ending for them. You shall repeat them. Vishinanta, otam. Vishinantam. The is the ending for them. You shall repeat them. Levanecha, to your sons. Levanecha, banim. Levanecha, v'dibarta, and you shall speak. Okay, this is diber. V'dibarta bam, of them. V'dibarta bam b'shivtecha, cha means your, shevet. Shevet, sitting. Lashevet, yashav. Yashav, yeshev. Shevet, to sit. Shivtecha, your sitting. When you sit. B'shivtecha means when you sit, in your sitting. Bevetecha, bait, your house, when you sit in your house. Uvelechtecha, lechet. Lechet from halach. Halach, lechet, going, walking. Your walking. Uvelechtecha, and in your walking, and when you walk. Vaderech, along the way, in the street. Vaderech. Uveshoch becha, shoch becha, from shachav, laying down. Shoch becha, you're laying down. Uveshoch becha. When you lay down, uvekumecha, kum, getting up, cha, your. Uvekumecha, and in your getting up, when you get up. Ukshartam, ta, uksharta, you shall tie. Them, you shall tie them. Ukshartam, leot, for a sign. Al, yadecha, upon your hand. Yad, yadcha, yadecha. V'hayu, they will be. Letotafot, this is a mysterious word in Hebrew. We don't really have time to get into it, but we'll just call them frontlets. Totafot. Letotafot bein einecha. Einecha, your eyes. So totafot bein einecha, you put them on your head. Right there. Uchtavtam, ktavta, you will write them. You shall write them. Is like otam. Mise? 1 second, somebody knocked at my door. Sorry about that. Uchtavtam, you shall write them, otam, al, upon, mezuzot. This is the doorposts. Doorpost, beitecha, your house, beit, beitcha, beitecha. Uvisharecha, sha'ar. Sha'ar, sha'arim, uvisharecha, your gates. And on your gates, okay? Basically, that's everything that's contained in there. And I hope does it help you with the idea of memorizing it?
Yeah.
Like going over every piece? Because you said it's hard to memorize what you don't know what it means.
I've got Genesis down, I think, really well. I'm about 90% on this.
Okay, fantastic. How are you doing with this, Gio?
Genesis is good. This I would say like around 40% or 30. Still working on it.
Do you have
But
any
this-
questions over what we went over just now that might help you memorize it?
No, this is really good. I'm gonna go over it again and then see how I would go there. I've been updating you from the past, right? Like how
Yeah.
I would go. Yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
this is the second one that I'll be working on from now. I
Sweet.
think this really helps. Yeah. Good one.
Excellent. So as far as I'm concerned, that's all the material that I prepared for you. I'm sad that John didn't make it today, but hopefully he'll watch the
Yeah.
recording. Any issues or things we want to cover before we move on to chapter 16?
No, I feel ready to move on now.
Okay, I want to look real quick what's contained in it. Really, the next two chapters are just closing up corners with the kal until we finish up this the kal verb. It's really not a lot of material. It's the participles, infinitives, and then verb consecutives. We basically went over verb consecutive today, so that's going to be really easy for you. The participle, the active participle, is what we use in modern Hebrew for the present tense. So when we said ech kor'im lecha, kor'im is a participle. That's what you're going to cover in the next chapter. Kore, kor'im, kor'et, and kor'ot. But you'll get to that, and it will make sense. Okay, I think we're done then.
Great.
I really appreciate you guys showing up.
That was very
Yeah.
good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very well. Thank
for
you.
this session. Jason, just, which section again is that in Disinius Hebrew
I
grammar
think it was
regarding
20.
language? Section 20.
20E.
Sorry, I just need to get that. 18.
Oh, 20C.
You can see
There's
who
a
my
consonant
people are I
sometimes
talk with.
strengthened merely.
This is the teacher.
Pardon? What's that?
Ah,
What's the question? We're looking at Gesenius.
yeah.
The question was about Dagesh in Lanu.
Mhm.
You can read over that. You see like on page 72.
72.
At the top it says it applies to cases like lechana, see the na with the dagesh, lukhazot with the dagesh and zot, and then your verb there, yitzaveh lach. It's the same like lach, where that has the dagesh. See it from Psalm 91:11.
Still looking for that.
That's basically what you were asking about. It's the same type of case.
This page
But-
72, you say?
Yeah, it's section 20, from 20C to 20F. All of those
okay.
sections there deal with it.
I'll go over this. Thank you. That's all I needed.
My pleasure. All right, guys, thanks so much. We'll see you next
Thank you.
Thursday
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
See you, Gio.
or Friday.
Hi, Ward.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Bye.